VlinkPay is more than a platform. It is a scalable financial ecosystem connecting innovation, access, and global opportunity.
I'm Brian Nguyen, CEO of VlinkPay. Our strategy focuses on innovative, sustainable practices. This data clearly indicates a significant opportunity for growth in the coming fiscal year. Our vision is to build a scalable and sustainable financial ecosystem that bridges digital innovation with the real-world utility.
Based on the data, we see a strong market opportunity ahead, and VlinkPay is strategically positioned to lead that growth. Crypto Map 360 unlocks the power to connect the global crypto ecosystem with real-world access and growth.
Let's get into it. So that really brings us to the million-dollar question, right? How do you build a financial network that grows all on its own? It's one of the biggest challenges in fintech. And honestly, VlinkPay's answer is this fascinating mix of crypto, real-world commerce, and some really clever incentives.
All right, here's our roadmap. We'll start with the growth engine itself, then look at how they're building out their merchant network. After that, we get to the real magic, the viral affiliate flywheel. Then we'll cover what you can do on the platform, how they keep it all secure, and finally, we'll take a quick look at what's next for them.
First up, the growth engine. See, before you can do anything, you need fuel for the machine. And for VlinkPay, that fuel is its own internal currency.
And that fuel is called USDV. It's pretty simple. It's a stablecoin pegged one-to-one with the US dollar. But here's the key. It's the lifeblood of this entire ecosystem. Every single transaction, and I mean everything, from a user buying crypto to a merchant getting their daily payout, it all happens in USDV. This just makes the whole internal economy completely frictionless.
Okay, so with the fuel in place, let's look at the actual gears of the machine, the merchant network. This is how the digital world of USDV connects to the physical world of cash.
Now this is where it gets really cool. They've got two main types of merchants. First, you have your stationary ATMs. Think of a convenience store or a currency exchange shop. Fixed location, easy to find on a map. But then you have mobile ATMs. This is basically an Uber for cash. It's individuals whose live GPS location you can see right on the app, and you can just meet up with them to turn your cash into USDV or vice versa. And you know what? Getting set up as a merchant is incredibly fast. They use this super simple guided checklist. A new merchant can go from signing up and getting verified, that's the KYB or Know Your Business part, all the way to being live on the network in under 3 days. It's all designed to be self-service and just get people running with as little friction as possible. Okay, now we're at the absolute core of their growth strategy, the viral affiliate flywheel. This is the secret sauce. This is how VlinkPay turns its own merchants into its most powerful, most motivated sales force. So how does this actually work? It's a brilliant 5-tier referral system. Let's say you're a merchant. You earn a nice commission from every new merchant you directly refer. That's your F1 tier. But, and this is the kicker, it doesn't stop there. You also earn a cut from the merchants they bring in, and the merchants they bring in, all the way down 5 levels deep. This covers both transaction fees and the initial franchise fees, creating this massive incentive to not just join, but to actively go out and build the network yourself. And this is a perfect illustration of that flywheel effect. It's a beautiful, self-feeding loop. See, more merchants means better services and wider cash-in, cash-out options. That attracts more users, right? More users means more revenue for the merchants. And what do happy merchants with more revenue do? They're fired up to refer even more merchants to grow their passive income. The system just keeps feeding itself. So we know the network is designed to grow on its own. But what are people actually doing on it? Now that we get how it expands, let's look at the actual services that drive all this activity. The platform is really a whole suite of financial tools. You've got your crypto gateway, which lets you buy and sell tokens with fees around 1.5%, which is way lower than using a credit card. There's also a secure peer-to-peer exchange, a gift card marketplace, and of course, the main event, turning cash into USDV and back again through that merchant network. Every one of these services adds value and just generates more transactions that feed right back into the ecosystem.
Look, a self-growing network is amazing, but if people don't trust it, it's completely worthless. So now let's pull back the curtain and look at the backbone, the systems that make sure every transaction is safe, compliant, and that everyone gets paid correctly.
And it all starts right at the front door with a mandatory automated verification process. For regular users, it's KYC, Know Your Customer. For merchants, it's KYB. The system uses AI to scan documents, match faces, and check names against global blacklists. Most people get approved automatically. and the system just flags the tricky ones for a human to look at. This is the first line of defense, making sure everyone is who they say they are. Now, for any peer-to-peer trades, the platform uses an absolutely crucial escrow system. When a trade starts, the seller's crypto tokens get locked up. They are only released to the buyer after the seller confirms they've gotten the payment. This super simple flow just stops the most common scams right in their tracks and protects both the buyer and the seller. It's so critical for building confidence in a P2P marketplace.
The system is also basically watching everything in real time for any funny business. It's got these smart rules that are constantly looking for red flags. Things like, is someone trying to do a bunch of huge transactions way too fast? Or is a mobile ATM trying to fake its GPS location? This kind of proactive monitoring is absolutely key to protecting the honest users and merchants on the network.
And finally, we have the financial heart of the whole platform, the settlement engine. This is the unsung hero. It's the automated system that crunches the numbers on all the commissions and fees, takes out the platform's cut, and makes sure every single merchant and their entire 5-level referral chain gets paid the right amount, on time, every single day. That reliability is the glue holding this whole incentive model together.
Okay, so we've seen how the engine works and how they keep it safe and secure. But where's all this momentum heading? Let's take a look at their roadmap for the future.
VlinkPay has a really clear 4-phase plan. The first half of the year is all about building a rock-solid foundation and just optimizing the main product. Then, the second half is where they hit the gas, focusing on aggressive growth and expanding the ecosystem, before really scaling up and driving new innovation. It's a classic strategy. Build it, make it stable, then scale it to the moon.
And they're measuring success with these 3 key metrics. They're aiming for over 1,000 active merchants, driving over $1 million in transaction volume every month, and, this is important, keeping the transaction success rate above 97%. These goals show their focus not just on growing the network, but on keeping it healthy and reliable, which is what keeps everyone around for the long haul.
Which leaves us with one last big thought. By combining that viral affiliate structure with a really robust and secure financial toolkit, VlinkPay has created this truly fascinating self-growing ecosystem. So the question you have to ask is, could this model, one that turns its users into its partners, actually become the new blueprint for how fintech companies achieve massive scale?
On transactions. So, part 1 is all about how you, as the franchisee, can earn a profit directly from the movement of money. This is kind of like the engine room of the whole operation. So, how does that work? Well, the basic loop is actually super straightforward. Just 3 steps. First, you operate an ATM, either mobile or for merchant. Second, you use it to process transactions. And third, you earn profits. See? It's a really direct and solid foundation for a business. Okay, so that's the process. But that leads us to the big question, doesn't it? The slide says earn profits, but what does that really mean? Where's the money actually coming from in all this? Let's break that down. Well, here's the cool part. Your profit doesn't just come from one single source. You've got multiple streams flowing in. You're earning from the transaction fees, naturally. You're also earning from conversions, like changing one currency or asset to another. And on top of that, you can earn from any extra customer services you offer. Right off the bat, you can see the model is built on having different ways to earn, which is always a good sign. So making money from your own transactions, that's step 1. But where this really starts to get interesting is when you plug into the bigger picture, the network. This is about being more than just your own little ATM operation. It's about joining a whole financial ecosystem. And that network has a name, the IOU Internal Operating Program. Now, what is that? Think of it like an all-access pass to a private financial network. Your job inside this network is to help keep the wheels greased, you know? You help enhance liquidity and you verify transactions between the other partners. And this is a really important distinction. You're not just a user of the network. You actually become part of its backbone, part of the infrastructure. You're an active player who's authorized to help manage the flow of money, and you can even create or verify transactions between other partners in the system. All right, you've got the basics down, you're part of the network, so what's next? How do you grow? Well, this next section is all about scaling up your operation. It's about expanding your reach and your services. When it comes to growth, you've basically got 2 major avenues you can go down. On one side, you can build out an agent and affiliate network. On the other, you can set up what are called gift card centers. Let's take a quick look at both. So, path number 1 is all about people. It's about building a team. You get the green light to go out and recruit your own partners, your own agents. And here's why that's so powerful. You start earning commissions and a slice of the revenue from everything your sub-network does. It's how you start building that passive income. Now, the other path is less about people and more about places, building out infrastructure. You can actually set up these gift card centers in your territory. Think of them as bridges. They connect your local area to the global crypto-to-cash world. And every time an exchange happens, you're earning profit margins and direct commissions. Okay, we've talked about all the cool ways you can make money and grow the business, but now it's time to get down to brass tacks. Let's talk about what everyone really wants to know. What's it going to cost, and what are the rules? Right? This is always the first question. What's the buy-in? What does that initial investment look like? Let's throw the numbers up. Okay, so the starting point is 1,000 USD. This gets you what they call a single feature license. That means you're licensed to operate either a mobile ATM or a merchant ATM. But if you want to unlock everything, you can go for the next tier up, which is 1,500 USDV. This one's the dual feature license, so you get both the mobile and the merchant ATM capabilities. Gives you a lot more flexibility. And listen, this next part is super important. This license isn't just some rental fee you pay. It's a genuine asset that you own. And after you've had it for just 12 months, it becomes transferable. That means you can actually sell it to someone else down the line if you choose to. So when you step back and look at the whole picture, you realize this license isn't just one simple thing. It's really a bundle of 5 different value propositions, all rolled into one. You're processing transactions, you're part of that IOU network, you can build an agent team, you can run gift card centers, and you own an asset you can actually transfer. And that really brings us to the big final thought, doesn't it? What we're seeing here is this interesting mashup of global digital finance and hyperlocal, on-the-ground business. It makes you wonder, what could a hybrid model like this really mean for the future of small businesses everywhere?